My son, listen carefully to what I'm telling you now. There are things your eyes cannot see, but I see everything. Something is moving in your life, something that is unknown to you. Many people think they are safe, but they forget that there are forces at work that go unnoticed. I warn you, there is constant vigilance over your home, over your life, and it's not just physical. There are dangers that are not visible to your eyes. Prepare your heart, because a time is coming when your faith will be tested. Your decisions now will have a bearing on what is to come. I am giving you this warning so that you will not be taken by surprise. Trust in me, for I guide you, I am your protection. Nothing escapes my gaze. What seems safe today may be shaken tomorrow. Don't be afraid, but be vigilant. Remain attentive to the signs I give you. Not everything is as it seems. I am with you, but I need you to be with me until the end of this message. What will happen will test your trust, your faith, and your security. I am preparing you for this moment. Trust in my words and don't stray. Stay alert and keep your faith firm in me. Now, stay until the end, because whoever perseveres will see the fulfillment of my promises. There is something that needs to be said now, without hesitation, because time is important. You have someone close to you, someone you love deeply, and they are in danger. I'm not talking about something that can be easily seen or a physical threat that you can fight with your own strength. It's something more subtle, but just as devastating. This person is being affected in a way that you may not realize, but I see. And I need you to understand how serious it is. The issue here is not just about what happens to her, but about what happens to you too. Your actions, your steps, your decisions are crucial now. I have put you in a position where you have the ability to influence, to help, to protect. However, the enemy is all around, trying to take that away from you. He is whispering doubts, planting uncertainties, making you question whether you are really on the right path, whether you are capable of making a difference. He wants to draw you away from me, away from your purpose, using every little hesitation he finds in you. He is cunning. He creates illusions, makes things seem difficult, makes empty promises that never come true. It puts shortcuts in front of you, tries to convince you that there are easier, less demanding paths. But these paths will take you nowhere. They are false promises that will only bring you more confusion and despair. What he wants is to divert you from what really matters, from what I have prepared for you. He knows that if he succeeds in driving you away, the consequences will be greater than just your loss. Those you love will suffer too. But I am here. I have always been here. I see everything the enemy tries to do, every trap he sets for you. I know what he's trying to do to that person you love. And I'm telling you now that you have an important role to play in this battle. You are not a passive victim. You have strength, more strength than you may recognize in yourself. Because I am with you, and with that, you are more than capable of overcoming anything the enemy tries. I want you to open your eyes. I want you to see beyond appearances, beyond doubts, beyond the fear he tries to plant in your heart. I am preparing the way to victory, but to achieve it, you need to trust in me. Not in your own strength, not in the easy answers the world offers, but in me. I am the true path. The enemy can try in every way to deceive you, but I give you something true, something lasting. What I offer you is the certainty that, if you trust in me, you will not be alone, and together we will win. That person you love depends, in a way, on your ability to act now. Don't wait any longer. The opportunities one give you are not by chance. I have placed you exactly where you need to be to make a difference. There is no time for doubt. What you do now, even if it seems small, will have a big impact. The enemy may try to diminish your importance, to make you feel incapable, but that's a lie. He knows how important you are to the plan I have, that's why he attacks you. But you are not alone in this battle. I'm with you every step of the way. Son, the illusions he creates are temporary, but what I offer is eternal. What seems to be a quick and easy path always leads to a deeper fall. He tries to deceive you because he knows that if he manages to lead you astray, his victory will be complete. But I'm here to remind you that your faith, even when small, is more powerful than any trap he can lay before you. You just need to trust, and I will lead you. If you feel weak or insecure, remember that I am your strength. Victory does not depend on your skill or your intelligence, but on your willingness to trust in me. And what about that person you love? They need you. Not just your presence, but your faith, your example, your commitment to following the path I'm showing you. Don't let the enemy take that away from you. You know what you need to do. You know that I am speaking to you directly. This is a crucial moment and I am by your side, ready to support you. But you need to do your part. You need to act, to trust, to move forward without fear. The enemy will keep trying, he will keep putting up obstacles, but if you keep your eyes on me, those obstacles will become nothing. I will make the path clear before you, but you need to be willing to follow it. And I'm not just saying this for you. It's for those you love, for those who trust you, even if you don't realize how important you are to them. There is a battle going on, a battle that you don't see with your eyes, but that I see clearly. And in this battle, you play a vital role. Son, I ask you not to let doubts take over your heart. They are the enemy's weapon, a weapon he uses to keep you away from me. But you are stronger than that. I have placed in you the ability to win, to overcome any difficulty, to help those who need you. It is no coincidence that you are here, listening to this message. I'm talking to you because I trust you, because I know the potential I've placed in your heart. And I know that you are capable of doing what needs to be done. Now, I ask you to keep paying attention. What I tell you is important, and every detail is for your good and the good of those around you. I want you to remember that I am the truth, and everything the enemy offers is empty. He may try to confuse you, but if you keep your eyes on me, you won't be fooled. There is much more I want to tell you, but for now, son, take this as a call to action. To not hesitate. To trust that I am by your side, and together, we will overcome anything the enemy tries against you or those you love. If you feel that this message is speaking to you clearly, if you feel that you need to know more about how to continue on this path, I invite you to stay close, to follow what is being said. There is much more I want to show you, and every detail will be important for the victory I am preparing for you. The time you have is not infinite, and what you decide today will shape what lies ahead. You already know this in part, but there is something else I need to tell you now, something that cannot be ignored or postponed. Time is running out, and the choices you make right now, each and every one of them, have consequences that don't end here. They spread, they touch your loved ones, those around you, and beyond. I tell you this because it is urgent. Right now, there is an opportunity before you. A chance to protect, to care, to be there for those who need you. Don't think that what you do now is small or insignificant. Every gesture you make, every word you say, every step you take, has an impact. What you decide today can make all the difference to someone you love, to someone who trusts you, even if you don't know how much. And the enemy knows this. He knows how important your decisions are, so he'll try to distract you, make you think you have more time, that it's not that urgent. But I tell you, time is running out. I'm not saying this to scare you, son, but to warn you. I want you to be aware of reality. Often, the world around you pushes you to a pace where it seems that there will always be more time, more opportunities. But that's not true. What you do now will echo in the future. And not just in your future, but in the future of those you love, of those who depend on you, even if you don't realize it. That's why I want you to protect your loved ones, to be there for them when they need you most. And those times are often not obvious. It won't always be clear when someone needs your support. So I ask you to be attentive, to be open to realizing when they are in need. There are times in life when everything seems fine, when things seem easy. In those moments, it's easy to get distracted, to forget about me, to forget to seek my presence. But what I tell you is that, especially when things seem calm, when life is easier, that's when you need to be more attentive. Because it's at these times that the enemy tries to plant the seeds of doubt and distraction. He makes you think that you don't need me now, that you can relax. But you know that life isn't always like that. Difficult times will come, and they will come without warning. That's why, son, I say to you, seek me now, before the difficulties catch up with you. Seek me when everything seems calm, when there is no pressure, when there is no despair. Because that's when your faith is strengthened, that's when you prepare yourself for the challenges to come. Don't wait for difficulties to knock on your door to remind you of me. I am always here, ready to guide you, ready to sustain you. But you need to open your heart, now, not when things get difficult. I know that difficult times will come. I see what you don't. I know that there will be days when it seems like everything is falling apart around you, that there is no solution, that the pain is too great. But it is precisely on those days that you will see how important it is to seek me first. Because when you walk with me in the easy times, you will be prepared for the difficult times. Your faith will be solid, your trust in me will be firm, and you will know that no matter what happens, I am with you. If you wait until difficulty is upon you to remember me, it will be more difficult. I will still be here, but you will be weakened by doubt, fear and insecurity. And the enemy will use this against you. He will try to convince you that you are alone, that there is no solution, that I have abandoned you. But that's the biggest lie. I never abandon you. I am always here, even in the darkest moments. But you need to prepare yourself now, son. You need to seek me while there is peace, while there is clarity, so that when the storm comes, you will stand firm. And it's not just for you. Those you love will also be affected by what you do now. If you are steadfast, if you are seeking me, you will be a source of strength for them. When they are in need, you can be the one who points them to me, who guides them, who protects them. But if you don't prepare yourself, if you let time slip through your hands, you may not be ready when they need you most. Time, son, doesn't come back. What you do with your time is something you can't get back. That's why I ask you to make good use of the time I give you. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Don't wait until difficulties arrive to seek me out, to strengthen your faith, to take care of your loved ones. Today is the day when you can make a difference. Today is the day when you can start building a solid foundation, a faith that will not be shaken, no matter what comes. I know that the enemy will keep trying to distract you. He will keep trying to plant doubts, to make you think that you have more time, that you don't need to act now. But I tell you, son, don't listen to these lies. Time is running out, and you have a purpose, you have something important to do. You have been called to protect, to guide, to be a source of light in the lives of those you love. And that starts now. When difficulties come, and they will, you will be prepared. Not because you are strong in yourself, but because you trust in me, because you lean on me. And those around you will see this. They will see your strength, they will see your faith, and it will strengthen them. They will turn to you for direction, for comfort, for protection. And you will be able to guide them, because you will be guided by me. Son, don't wait any longer. The time you have is precious, and your decisions today will impact not only your future, but the future of everyone around you. I gave you a heart to care for others, I gave you the ability to love, to protect, to be there when it's needed most. Don't let the enemy distract you from that purpose. And I want you to know that when you seek me, when you put your trust in me, no matter how difficult things get, you will have peace. This peace is not something the world can give you. It's not something you can find in the circumstances around you. It is something that only I can give you, because I am the source of all peace. When you walk with me, you walk safely, even when the path seems uncertain. So, child, take this moment to reflect on what you have done with the time I give you. Have you been there for those who need you? Have you been seeking me, not only in moments of difficulty, but also in moments of tranquility? Have you been using your time in a way that prepares you for the future, or have you been letting the enemy distract you with the worries and distractions of this world? I am here, ready to guide you, ready to show you the way. But you need to take the first step. We need to walk together. I will give you the strength, the wisdom, the discernment you need, but you need to be willing to follow me. Don't let time pass without making the decision to trust in me, to seek me, to protect those entrusted to you. The enemy is always on the prowl, trying to draw you away from your purpose, trying to use your doubts, your weaknesses against you. But I am here to remind you that when you are with me, there is no weakness that can bring you down, no doubt that can keep you from the right path. What I want from you is simple but profound. I want you to seek my presence, but not just anyhow. I want you to seek me with sincerity, with an open heart, with the true intention of being with me, of listening to me, of feeling my presence around you. When I call you to come closer to me, it's not so that you come out of obligation, routine or fear. I don't want you to come close to me just because you believe that's what you should do. I want you to come with a sincere desire to be in my presence. I want you to know that when you truly seek me, with intention and surrender, I am here, listening to you, seeing you, understanding you, welcoming you. Often, the world around you tries to distract you. The worries, anxieties, and challenges of life can make you feel distant from me. And I know that there are times when you wonder if I really hear you, if I see you, if I'm really by your side. But I tell you, child, every time you seek me, every time you turn to me, I am here, even if you don't immediately see the result. The search for my presence is not something you do only in moments of despair. It's something that needs to be part of who you are, of your daily life, of your heart. When you connect with me in prayer, when you take the time to simply talk to me, it doesn't matter whether you use elaborate or simple words. What matters is the sincerity with which you speak. I want you to come to me as you are, without fear of appearing vulnerable, without fear of showing your weaknesses. I already know what is inside you, but there is power in the moment when you decide to open your heart and tell me what ails you, what worries you, what you desire. There are no barriers between us, child, except the ones you yourself create when you let fear or doubt come between us. In addition to prayer, there is something I want you to consider carefully: meditation and reflection. Not just meditation in the sense of emptying your mind, but filling your mind with my word, with my truth. I want you to stop for a while in the midst of the chaos of your life to listen to my voice. You don't need a special place or a complicated ritual. You just need to stop for a moment and allow yourself to feel my presence. You see, son, when you stop to reflect on what you've been experiencing, when you look at your life and wonder where I am in the midst of it all, you give me the opportunity to speak to you in ways that you may not have realized yet. I promise you, child, that when you turn to me in moments of meditation and reflection, when you open your heart without reservation, you will find me. You may not hear an audible voice, you may not see an immediate sign, but I am there, speaking to you in ways that touch your heart, that bring you peace, that guide you in a way that only you can understand. And when you go through moments of anguish, and they will come, because life has its ups and downs, you will know that you are not alone. Son, I will never leave you, and I will never abandon you. In times of pain, when everything seems difficult, I promise you comfort. But you need to seek me, because the comfort I offer is unlike any comfort the world can give. What I give you is peace in the midst of chaos, strength when you feel weak, clarity when everything around you seems confused. If you trust in me, if you allow me to enter your heart and guide you, I will sustain you. With every difficulty, every tear, every pain you face, I will be by your side. And more than that, I will be inside you, strengthening you from within, renewing your strength, lifting your spirit when it is downcast. Now, child, I want you to consider what I am asking of you. Prayer, meditation, and reflection are not just rituals. They are not mechanical or empty acts. They are opportunities for you to draw closer to me, for you to let me participate more deeply in your life. I want you to invite me to be with you not only in moments of despair, but at all times. I want you to learn to recognize my voice, to feel my peace even when everything around you seems chaotic. I don't promise that your life will be free of difficulties. That would be an empty promise. But I promise you that if you seek me, if you allow yourself to be in my presence, you will have what you need to face whatever comes your way. You will have the wisdom to make decisions, the patience to wait for the right moment, the strength to resist the temptations and lies that the enemy places before you. And I want to encourage you to share these experiences, son. When you pray, when you meditate, when you reflect on what we are building together, share it with those around you. You may be surprised to realize how much you can touch the lives of others simply by talking about how you have sought me, how you have found comfort in me. Often, other people around you are also looking for something, for direction, for comfort, and they can find in you a living example of how I work in the lives of those who sincerely seek me. Son, there is power in your experience of prayer. There is strength in your search for me. When you talk about it, you not only grow in faith, but you also inspire others to seek me in the same way. When you share, you spread this light, and you become a channel through which I can touch other lives. What's more, you strengthen yourself, because by talking about what you have experienced on your journey with me, you further solidify this connection between us. That's why, child, I encourage you to talk, to share what you've been feeling, to comment, to bring to light the doubts, the experiences, the moments when you perceive my presence with you. Don't keep what you've experienced to yourself. You never know who around you might need exactly what you have to say. And in doing so, you open yourself up even more to what I have to show you. I want you to know that I will always be here, waiting to hear your voice, to feel your heart open up to me. It doesn't matter how small or big the moment is when you decide to talk to me. I am attentive, I am here, and I will always be ready to guide you, comfort you, and give you what you need to move forward. I know you deeply, far beyond the words you can say or the thoughts that cross your mind. I know that, at certain times, you feel distant from me. Perhaps, on some days, you feel as if you're lost, as if the connection we had has been weakened or even severed. But what I want you to understand right now is that my love for you never changes. No matter how far away you feel, no matter how far away you believe you are, I am always here. My love for you is constant, unwavering. I'm not like the world, which changes with circumstances. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and my love for you is just as unchanging. Sometimes the winds of life blow hard, and you may start to believe that I am far away, that I have forgotten you. But make no mistake, son. You are never out of my sight, never out of my care. I see every detail of your life, I know every anguish, every fear, every doubt that crosses your mind. When you feel lost, it's not because I've turned away. It's because you've let the world around you overshadow my presence. But I am here, always, waiting for the moment when you open your heart to me again. And that's what I'm asking of you now, open your heart. I don't want a superficial connection, I don't want you to come to me only with empty words or automatic gestures. I want you to come with sincerity, with a true desire to get closer, to find me in the midst of the confusion of the world. When you truly open your heart, when you let go of the masks and barriers you put up for yourself, you allow me to enter more deeply. And it is in this space, child, that I can transform you, that I can work on you, mold you, strengthen you. I know that sometimes it's hard to trust. I know that there are times when life seems so unpredictable, so full of challenges, that trusting in something you can't see seems like a leap in the dark. But I ask you to trust me, even when you don't understand my plan. What you face now, the struggles you have, are no accident. There is a purpose in each of them. I see the bigger picture, I see the path that you still can't see. And I tell you, every challenge, every obstacle, is an opportunity. Not to make you fall, but to make you grow. To make you stronger, wiser, closer to me. When you are faced with a problem, with pain, your heart's first reaction is often to ask, why? Why do I allow this to happen? Why are you going through this? But, son, I want you to change that question. Instead of asking, why, ask, what for? What am I trying to show you through this difficulty? What am I trying to teach you, or strengthen, or prepare in you? Because I tell you, every challenge you face has a purpose. And that purpose is always for your good, even when it seems difficult to understand at the time. I know that trusting in me when things are difficult requires a faith that sometimes seems difficult to achieve. But it is precisely in these moments that your faith is strengthened. Trust is not built when all is well and peaceful. It is forged in the midst of the storm, when you decide to believe that, even though everything around you seems uncertain, I am still in control. It is when you choose to entrust me with your fears, your pain, your doubts, that you find the peace that goes beyond what you can understand. And I want to remind you, child, that even when you don't see the answer, I am working. There are times when it seems that you are alone, that the solution is far away, that my silence is deafening. But I tell you, in the silence I am acting. I am preparing the way, I am organizing every detail, every circumstance, so that you can see my plan unfold at the right time. But you need to trust. Trust, child, because I don't make mistakes. I would never let you walk down a path that wasn't for your growth, for your good, for your strengthening. And that's what I want you to see in the challenges you face. They are not the end. They are the bridge that will take you to a place of greater maturity, of greater faith, of greater closeness to me. Every obstacle is an opportunity for you to grow, to become stronger. But you have to choose to see it that way. You need to choose to believe that, in the midst of pain, there is a purpose. I don't waste anything, son. Not even your tears. Each one I keep, and each one has value in my eyes. Now, I ask you to look at your life, at the moments of difficulty you are experiencing, and to ask yourself, where am I in all this? What am I trying to show you? Open your heart to hear me, to feel my presence. Because I am with you, even when you feel that you are alone. I am here, guiding your every step, supporting you, even if you don't realize it at the moment. I also want you to remember that you are not alone on this spiritual journey. There are others around you who are also searching, who are also facing their own battles, who also need encouragement. Share with them what you have experienced, what you have learned, how I have worked in your life. Sometimes, son, what you say can be exactly what someone around you needs to hear. Don't keep to yourself the blessings you receive or the lessons you learn through your struggles. I give you these experiences so that you can be a light to others, so that you can help those who are on the same path. And I also encourage you to share this message with others. You never know who might need to hear these words, who might be feeling distant from me, who might need to be reminded of my constant love. When you share, you become an instrument through which I can touch other lives, through which I can reach hearts that may be hardened, lost, distant. You have the power to be that bridge, child. You have the power to help others find their way back to me. So, son, don't hesitate to share this message. Someone around you may be waiting for it, may be in need of this reminder of my love. You have the ability to make that difference. And in doing so, you not only strengthen your own faith, but you also help to strengthen the faith of those around you. Every choice you make, every person you associate with, has an impact on your spiritual, emotional, and even physical life. I created you to live in truth, to walk in the light, and this requires you to be transparent and honest in your relationships. I want you to realize that, in order to protect yourself spiritually, it is essential that sincerity and truth are the foundations of every relationship you build. When you surround yourself with people who share the same values and principles that I have taught you, you become stronger. But when you allow yourself to walk alongside those who live in darkness, who prefer lies, dishonesty, or who act contrary to the truth you know, you weaken yourself. I know that sometimes it's hard to cut ties or keep your distance from those you love, but you need to be discerning. I'm not asking you to judge or condemn, but to protect your heart, your mind, your soul. There are people, child, who, even without realizing it, are influences that can lead you away from what I have planned for you. They can lead you to question your faith, fill you with doubt, divert you from the path of light that I have for you. They don't have to be evil, nor do they have to have bad intentions to become a stumbling block on your spiritual path. They are often confused, lost people who need direction, but who unintentionally end up leading you astray. What I ask of you is to be vigilant. Observe carefully who is by your side and whether they are helping you to grow, to be more upright, more just, more full of peace, or whether they are leading you down a path of confusion and restlessness. The truth is that you have a responsibility for who you allow to get close to you. I'm not saying that you should isolate yourself from the world, far from it. I have called you to live in community, to love, to forgive, to be a light in the midst of darkness. But there's a difference between loving and forgiving and letting yourself be influenced. You need to be wise, son, in choosing who will walk with you. Think of your soul as something precious that must be guarded with zeal. Whoever you let into your life has the power to influence your state of mind, your thoughts, and your actions. And that's why you must be careful. Remember, child, that dishonesty and a lack of transparency corrode any relationship. Whether it's with your friends, your family, or whoever you meet in your daily life, I ask you to have integrity. May your words be true, may your actions be consistent with what you say. There is no room for lies in a heart that wants to remain in my presence. And when you choose to be honest, even if it is difficult, you are building a spiritual shield around yourself. The truth protects you, son. It strengthens you, shields you from the attacks of the enemy who constantly tries to seduce you with lies, tries to distort your perception of reality. I also want to warn you, son, about something that often goes unnoticed: internal influences. It's not just what's outside that can lead you astray, but also the thoughts you cultivate within yourself. The enemy's voice doesn't just echo in other people's words. He can plant doubts and lies directly in your mind. He can make you believe that you are not worthy, that you do not deserve my love, that you are not capable of living the life I have desired for you. I want you to be vigilant against these thoughts too. When you feel that something is taking you away from me, stop and think, is this true or is it a lie? I would never put feelings of worthlessness, hopelessness, or fear in your heart. These are signs that you need to turn to me, remember my promises, and reject what the enemy is trying to plant in you. You need to learn to discern the voice that speaks to you. Not every idea, not every thought that crosses your mind comes from me. Many of these thoughts are temptations, strategies of the enemy to weaken you, to make you doubt who you are in me. And I tell you, child, you are precious to me. Every detail of your life matters to me. But you need to be vigilant, because the enemy is cunning. He knows your weaknesses, he knows where you are most vulnerable, and he will try to use that against you. That's why you must always be vigilant, always attentive, always ready to reject what doesn't come from me. I want you to examine your heart today, child. Look at the thoughts that you have allowed to grow within you. Is there something there that shouldn't be? Is there something that makes you feel small, insecure, disconnected from me? If there is, I want you to hand it over to me now. Don't let these thoughts take root in your heart. They are like weeds that choke out the good plants, that hinder your spiritual growth. I ask you to be proactive in fighting these influences. When you realize that something is pulling you away from me, don't hesitate. Come to me in prayer, give me your doubts, your fears, your confused thoughts. I will be here to give you clarity, to give you peace. There are also external influences that you need to identify. Think about the people you've been living with. Who are they? What kind of conversations have you been having with them? Are they helping you to grow spiritually, to be more upright, more just, more connected to me? Or are they, even if unintentionally, pushing you away from me, filling you with doubts, with worries that have no root in the truth? Son, I have given you discernment, the ability to see beyond words, beyond appearances. Use this discernment. I have given you wisdom so that you know how to choose with whom you should walk, with whom you should associate. Don't neglect this. You don't need to be afraid to distance yourself from influences that are not good for you. I will be with you, guiding your every step. What's more, you also need to be aware of the influences of what you consume. Not just in terms of personal relationships, but also what you choose to watch, listen to and read. Everything you absorb leaves a mark on you, son. I want you to take care of your heart and mind like a precious garden. Don't let anything in. Be careful. The enemy can use even the most subtle means to plant wrong thoughts in you. He can use entertainment, music, anything you consume, to divert you from the truth. I want you to guard against this, to be diligent in filtering out what you allow to enter your mind. The truth is your shield, son. And the truth is what protects you against all these influences, both external and internal. If you stand on the truth, if you choose honesty in all aspects of your life, you will be protected against the traps that the enemy places in your path. And when you feel tempted to stray from this truth, when you feel that you are being influenced to act contrary to the values that I have taught you, remember, I am always here, ready to help you get back on the right path. I want you to be vigilant, child. There is no room for carelessness in your spiritual life. Every decision, every choice, every relationship you build has an impact. And I am here to help you discern what is good, what is true, what is just. I will never leave you alone on this journey, but you need to do your part. You need to be proactive in keeping your heart and mind connected with me, and in rejecting everything that tries to lead you away from my truth. I know it's not always easy, son. I know that there are times when you feel overwhelmed, when it seems that the world is full of negative influences, of lies, of dishonesty. But I say to you, do not fear. If you remain in my truth, if you choose honesty, integrity, if you surround yourself with people who share these same values, you will be protected. And I will be with you, supporting you, guiding you, strengthening you every step of the way. The real battle you face is often not around you, but within you. It is in your heart and mind that the greatest struggles are fought, those that define the course of your spiritual life. Many look outside, looking for external enemies, difficulties, challenges from the outside, but I tell you that the first battlefield is within you. You fight against your own thoughts, desires, and inclinations. It's these internal conflicts that can take you away from me or bring you closer to the light. There are times when you feel lost, confused, not knowing where to go or how to act. These doubts, this uncertainty, is a reflection of a spiritual battle going on inside you. The enemy knows your weaknesses, he knows where you are most vulnerable, and he uses this to make you fall into temptation, to make you believe that you are alone, that you are not capable of winning this fight. But I tell you, son, you are not alone. I see your every thought, I know every detail of your heart, and I am here to help you win this internal battle. This renewal that you so desperately need begins with a decision, the decision to give yourself completely to me, to trust me above all else. Often, you try to overcome these struggles with your own strength, thinking that you are capable of dealing with everything on your own. But this battle, child, is not yours to fight alone. I am here, I always have been, waiting for you to come to me so that I can strengthen you, so that I can guide you. When you choose to trust in me, you allow true spiritual renewal to take place. You allow me to renew your spirit, to restore your strength, to calm your mind and give you peace. Renewing the spirit, child, is not just a one-off act. It is a daily choice. Every day, you are faced with challenges, with temptations, with thoughts that try to draw you away from my presence. But each day is also an opportunity for renewal. Every day is a new chance to connect with me in a deeper way, to allow me to work in your heart, to let me transform the areas of your life that need to be changed. I tell you that this renewal is not something that happens from the outside in. It begins inside you, in your spirit, and is reflected in every aspect of your life. And when this renewal happens, you become capable of winning any internal battle you face. You begin to see the world with different eyes, with the eyes of faith, with the eyes of someone who trusts in me completely. You realize that many of the struggles that used to bring you down no longer have the same power over you. When your spirit is renewed, you are strengthened to face challenges with confidence, knowing that I am with you, that I will give you victory. But I want you to understand something, child. True victory, the kind that lasts, can only be won when you align yourself with my principles. There are many false victories in the world, many empty promises that seem good at first glance, but which ultimately lead you into darkness. The enemy knows how to deceive you with these false victories. He offers you shortcuts, easy paths, quick fixes that seem to solve your problems, but which actually lead you away from me. These victories are not real. They are illusions that trap you ever deeper in darkness. The victory I offer you, however, is different. It is a victory that comes with peace, with true joy, with the certainty that you are walking on the right path. This victory is not won by human strength, but by your trust in me, by your total surrender to my plan for your life. When you choose to live according to my principles, you align yourself with my will, and this brings you a peace that the world cannot offer. Even in the midst of difficulties, even when everything seems to be falling apart around you, you can be sure that I am guiding you to true victory, a victory that will not be taken away from you. I want to warn you, child, about the promises of the enemy. He will try to seduce you with false victories, with solutions that seem good, but which, deep down, distance you from me. He will make you believe that you can achieve what you want without my help, that you don't need to follow my principles to succeed. Don't be fooled by these empty promises. They will only lead you into darkness, confusion, and despair. I am the light that guides you to true victory, the one that is lasting, the one that will bring you real peace and happiness. And I want you to know, child, that even if you have turned away, even if you have believed the lies of the enemy, I am here, ready to welcome you back. My mercy is infinite, and I will always be willing to forgive you and guide you back to the right path. No matter how many times you have fallen, no matter how many times you have believed the enemy's false promises, I will always be here to reach out to you, to lift you up and show you the way to the light. If you are trapped in something that distances you from me, if there are ties that bind you to evil, I say to you today, it is time to free yourself. I am calling you to leave behind everything that prevents you from living fully in my presence. The enemy wants to keep you bound in chains of fear, guilt, and despair, but I offer you freedom. I offer you the chance to break these bonds and live a new life, a life full of light, peace, and love. I want you to know that there is nothing you have done that is too big for my forgiveness. There is no sin, no mistake, no estrangement that I cannot redeem. My love for you is unconditional, and my mercy is infinite. If you are willing to repent, to return to me with an open heart, I will be here, ready to welcome you, ready to give you a new chance, ready to free you from the ties that bind you. But you need to want this liberation, child. You need to be willing to give yourself completely to me, to trust me, to leave behind everything that distances you from me. The enemy will try to convince you that you are not worthy, that you do not deserve my forgiveness, that you are trapped forever in the chains he has placed on you. But I tell you, these are lies. I am greater than any sin, than any mistake, than any chain the enemy has put on your life. And I offer you the chance to free yourself today, right now. All I ask of you, child, is a repentant heart, a heart that wants to live in the truth, in the light, in the peace that I offer. If you are willing to follow me, to trust me, to surrender all your worries to me, I will guide you out of darkness, out of despair, and lead you to a life of freedom, of love, of true victory. The battle is real, son. The enemy doesn't want you to know it, but you have a choice. You have the power to choose the freedom that I offer. Don't allow the enemy to keep you trapped in his lies. Come to me, trust me, and I will show you the way to true victory, a victory that is lasting, a victory that will bring peace to your heart and soul. I am here, child, waiting for you, ready to set you free, ready to guide you. You think that to live a meaningful life, you need great achievements, grandiose gestures, visible and immediate changes. But I tell you, the true beauty of life lies in simplicity. It's not in the great achievements that you find my purpose, but in the small gestures of kindness, in the just decisions that you make silently, without expecting recognition or applause. It is on this path of simplicity that you align yourself with my heart. You were created to live a life of gratitude. Every day, every breath, every little blessing you receive is a reflection of my love for you. Even when you don't realize it, I am surrounding you with my grace. When the sun shines, when the rain falls, when you experience the warmth of a true friendship or peace in a moment of silence, it is I who am giving you these gifts. And it is important that you learn to value these blessings, because it is in gratitude that you find true contentment. Many people spend their lives searching for more wealth, more success, more recognition. But the more you chase after these things, the further you move away from what really matters. When you decide to live simply, you make room for me to work in your life in ways you can't even imagine. You realize that you don't need much to be happy, that the real treasure lies in living according to my principles, in sharing love, in practicing kindness, in being fair in your daily decisions. These small acts, child, are like seeds that you plant along your path. Often, you don't see the immediate impact of what you do, and this can discourage you. But I assure you that every action of love, of kindness, every time you choose to do good, even when no one is watching, it has eternal value. Don't underestimate the power of a kind word, a generous gesture, a just decision. In your eyes, it may seem small, but in my eyes, every act of kindness is like a flame of light that illuminates the world around you. And even if you don't realize it, I am guiding you. My angels are by your side, protecting you, showing you the way, helping you to make the right decisions. They are here to remind you that you are never alone, that even in the moments when you feel lost, disoriented or directionless, there is a divine plan for your life, and you are part of that plan. It doesn't matter how insignificant you sometimes feel, or how small you believe your contribution to the world is. You have an important role in my plan, and I am working in your life to bring you to fulfill that purpose. You are loved, child, in a way that goes beyond your comprehension. And that is why I invite you to live this life of simplicity, gratitude, love and kindness. Because this is how you get closer to me, this is how you find peace amidst the chaos of the world. When you choose to live this way, you allow my light to shine through you. And this light has the power to transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. I know that the path of kindness, justice and love can often seem difficult. The world tells you that happiness lies in great achievements, material possessions, fame and power. But these are illusions. True happiness, true contentment, lies in living according to my principles. When you choose kindness, even when it's difficult, when you choose to be just, even when no one is looking, you connect to my divine plan. You allow my grace to flow into your life, and that is where you find the peace that the world cannot give you. There are many things you don't see, but I see everything. I see the effort you make to choose the good. I see every internal struggle you face to keep your faith, to keep trusting in me, even when the circumstances around you seem to tell you otherwise. And I am with you in each of those moments. I see what you don't see. I see the impact of every little act of kindness you do. Even when you don't realize it, these actions are touching hearts, they are planting seeds of light and love in the world. I tell you, son, your efforts are not in vain. Every time you choose good, even when it seems insignificant, you are contributing to something greater. You are part of a network of love, kindness and justice that I am weaving in this world. My angels are by your side, guiding you, protecting you, helping you to make the right decisions, even when everything seems confusing. Trust them. Trust in me. You don't need material riches to be great in my eyes. You don't need human applause to be valuable. All I ask of you is a heart willing to do good, a heart willing to follow the path of simplicity, gratitude, justice and love. When you choose to live this way, you are living the life I have called you to live. And I'll tell you something else, you are part of a plan that is much bigger than you can imagine. Don't think that your days go by unnoticed. Don't think that you're here by chance. Your every step, every decision, every choice is being guided by my hand. My angels are by your side, protecting you, showing you the way, helping you to stand firm even when you feel weak. Don't doubt it, son. You are being guided and I am with you in every moment. The life of simplicity that I invite you to live is not a life of poverty or renunciation, but a life of peace. When you learn to live with what is essential, when you focus on what really matters, love, kindness, justice, you find a joy that the world cannot give you. This is the joy that comes from knowing that you are living according to my purpose for your life. And I want you to know, child, that no matter where you are today, no matter what you've been through, there is always an opportunity to align yourself with my plan. If you feel that you have strayed from the path, I am here to bring you back. My arms are always open, ready to receive you, to guide you back to the path of simplicity, gratitude, kindness and love. I never leave you, and I will never abandon you. I created you with a purpose, and that purpose doesn't change with circumstances. When everything seems uncertain, when your strength runs out and you feel you have nowhere else to go, that's when trust in me becomes most necessary. I won't abandon you, even when you don't perceive my hand at work in your life. Every situation, every challenge you face has the potential to bring you closer to me, to shape you according to my principles, to make you stronger and wiser. Trust, child, doesn't mean having all the answers or knowing exactly what to do at every moment. Trust is knowing that, even when you don't understand what is happening, I do. Trust is believing that, even when everything around you seems out of control, I am in control. And I promise you that if you trust in me, I will lead you along paths of peace and life, even when these paths seem, at first glance, difficult and uncertain. There are times when temptation comes into your life, trying to lead you away from my principles, from the values that I have placed in your heart. These moments are critical, because it is in them that your fidelity is tested. When you find yourself faced with choices that seem to offer a quick solution, immediate relief, but which, deep down, take you away from me, remember what I teach you. Temptations are deceptive, they promise you satisfaction, but lead to pain and confusion. The enemy tries to blind you with false promises, offering you shortcuts that seem easier, but which actually lead you away from the path of life that I have prepared for you. Son, I encourage you to be firm. Don't give in to the temptation to compromise your values for something that seems easier or more advantageous at the moment. The promises of the world are empty, fleeting, but what I offer you is lasting and true. Temptations can come in many forms, in the words of others, in the thoughts that arise in your mind, in the circumstances that seem to pressure you to make decisions that you know are not right. But you have the strength to resist, because I give you that strength. If you keep your eyes fixed on me, if you remember who you are in me, no temptation will be great enough to bring you down. I'm not asking you for perfection, son. I know that, on your journey, you will make mistakes. I know that there will be times when you fall, times when you feel that you have failed me, yourself and those you love. But I am not a God who condemns, I am a God who restores. I encourage you to learn from your mistakes, to look at them not as definitive failures, but as opportunities for growth, as chances to learn more about life, about yourself and about what I want for you. When you make mistakes, don't turn away from me. Don't let shame or guilt stop you from coming to me in prayer, from opening your heart and seeking my wisdom. I am merciful and always willing to guide you back to the right path. But for this to happen, you need to keep your heart pure, willing to be molded, willing to change what needs to be changed. A hardened heart cannot receive my grace, but an open heart, even if it is bruised, is a fertile field for my healing and restoration. Purity of heart, child, is something precious in my eyes. It's not about being impeccable or never making mistakes, but about maintaining a constant willingness to do good, to seek the truth, to walk uprightly. A pure heart is one that recognizes its weaknesses and comes to me, seeking the strength to overcome them. It is the one who turns to me in moments of doubt, seeking wisdom, instead of letting themselves be guided by emotions or the temptations of the moment. When you keep your heart pure, you align yourself with my will, and that is the greatest wisdom you can have. Wisdom is not just knowing many things, but knowing how to discern what is right from what is wrong, knowing how to recognize my voice amidst the noise of the world. This wisdom leads you to make choices that not only benefit you, but also bring light and life to those around you. I tell you, child, when you choose to live according to my principles, when you decide to be faithful to the values that I have placed in your heart, you are planting seeds of goodness, peace and justice. These seeds don't germinate overnight, but I assure you that they will grow and bear fruit, fruit that will remain. Often, you won't see the immediate results of your actions, but trust in me, every just decision, every choice of love, every time you resist temptation and choose the path of righteousness, you are building something lasting, something that I will bless. Life, child, will not always be easy. I never promised you a path without difficulties, but I promise you that I will be with you every step of the way. You don't need to have all the answers, you don't need to know exactly how things will turn out. What I ask of you is to trust in me, to keep walking, even when you can't see the end of the road. I am ahead, preparing everything, and if you keep your faith, you will see that every step was worth it. And when you look back, you'll see that even the moments of uncertainty, even the trials you faced, had a greater purpose. Every difficulty you overcome with faith, every temptation you resist with courage, every mistake you learn from, brings you closer to me, makes you stronger, wiser, more capable of fulfilling the purpose I have for you. The love I have for you, child, is unshakable. Even when you feel lost, when you doubt yourself, I don't doubt you. I know you better than you know yourself. I see the potential within you, and I know that, if you trust in me, you will achieve things that you can't even imagine right now. The key is to keep your heart pure, to learn from your mistakes, to be faithful to the principles I have taught you. Son, if this message has touched your heart, I want you to leave the word faith in the comments to attract blessings into your life and show that you trust in God's plans. Make sure you're already subscribed so you don't miss any messages I send, and share this video with those who need to hear this truth. Also, don't forget to give it a like so that more people can be reached by this word. Now, close your eyes for a moment and repeat with me, Lord, I trust in you. Guide my steps, purify my heart, and may your will be present in my life. Amen.